Yes, it is the season to be jolly. You can hear those words when you hear that music, right? 5 minutes after 11 o'clock, beautiful Wednesday, and in the studio, three beautiful people. One is out of the camera range. Bob Wines is not in the picture, but Bob Wines Camellia Gardens and Nurseries, what we're going to talk about. Laurie Williams is here from Bob Wines, and Mr. George. I never knew if George is your last name or your first name. What is it?
That's my first name.
And we don't know your last name?
No, sir.
We just
But it's Ayala.
It's like Prince. It's what?
Ayala.
Ayala.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, good morning again to both of you. Good to see you both.
Yes, good to see you.
Thank you. Let me put the camera in for a second. Look at that beautiful poinsettia.
There we go.
Yes.
We got that from you guys over at Bob Wines. Thank you for sending that to us. It's one of a couple of them you sent us,
Yes.
right? Right. Well, thank you for doing that. Do you know what I realized? I realized that you're in the same business, Mr. George.
Yes.
You're in the business to make the world more beautiful.
Thank you.
Think of what they do at Bob Wines. They make they sell flowers and plants, and those wind chimes that make it sound beautiful, right?
They're beautiful.
And then the bird baths that bring in the birds makes it more beautiful. And you're here to tell us about getting food for people who are hungry, and that makes the world more beautiful.
Yes, sir.
You're in the making the world beautiful business.
Yes.
You're all in the same business, and you're wearing the same shirt.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about this.
Nice.
Well, first, I just would like to give honor to my Lord and give him the thanks, because without him we ain't nothing. So first give him the glory.
We're nothing. That's
we
right.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Give him the glory.
Yeah.
That's for putting this together, and for him to place people in my life that have the same love and desire for others, like Miss Laurie and Mr. Bob, and I'm grateful for the way he put people in place, to do the serving, and it was great. It was great. You should have seen the turnout. It was awesome. And Miss Laurie, she was a very big help to me, because God put her in a place that she organized everything to have everything in order, for that everybody have a place, and how we could do this to touch others. So I'll let her speak more about it. So
what you're talking about, for the listeners who don't know, you served food and you gave out hygiene items. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, we did. It was in November, what date was it?
18.
November 18th, that's right. We were downtown and we fed the homeless. We had about 100 people that came, and that's
Wow.
what we were wanting was 100 people. If we had a little more food, we probably could have served a few more.
Wow.
But we served them, and they were they were super nice. They were polite. We didn't have any problems. They threw their food away in garbage cans. I mean, it was really wonderful what we
Did I
experienced.
tell
to
you
help
the
them.
story? Forgive me if I did, and I'm repeating myself. Did I tell you the story about the hidden video on YouTube, hidden camera video, where it showed the guy pretending he scratched off a winning lottery ticket? Oh, God. Can I tell you this?
Yes.
Did you see this business?
No.
Okay. So this guy, he's in a wheelchair, but it doesn't need to be. He's faking it. Okay. So he's pretending he just won on the scratch-off ticket, and it's a fake ticket. So if you were to look at it, it looks like he won. And he shows it to a passerby who looks like he's a wealthy guy, and the guy says, "Nah, you didn't win. You didn't win anything." And he says, I'll throw it away for you. He takes it. A homeless guy. He says to this homeless guy, "Could you look at this and tell me?" "Oh my gosh, you won! You won!" And he gives it back to him.
What does that tell you?
I don't know what it is, and maybe they picked and chose who they were going to show in this video. So maybe there were a lot of guys in suits that did the right thing.
Right.
But he was making a point, I guess, the video guy, that some of the people who you think would run away with it did the exact right thing and gave it right back to the person.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So.
a good story.
And something we need to remember, too, when you think of a homeless people, it's not necessarily just one person. It can be a whole family. We experienced that.
Yeah.
We had one lady that was there with us that was helping us, and she saw this family that came up. It was kind of towards the end of the serving. I think a couple people went over to Salvation Army and invited them to come to get some food.
Oh, really?
And her whole family came over.
Oh, my
and
gosh, how
one of the
sweet is
ladies,
that?
one of the ladies that was there, it touched her heart, and she asked this family to come to her house for Thanksgiving, because she says, "I can't see them staying at
How do you
Salvation
not
Army
cry?
for Christmas."
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I was in
It was
tears
an honor.
by the end of this function. I was in in tears.
Yes, it was
One
an
guy
honor.
really touched my heart also.
And that
So,
was
know,
you, George,
Yes,
Mr. George.
yes.
That was you not that long ago.
Exactly. That was him.
That's
not that
why,
long
you know,
ago.
it was honor because when they got, you know, we got there, they saw me and they were, hey, how you doing, Mr. George? How you everything like that? Thank you for
Yes.
all this and all that. So then,
One of them even asked to help us.
just to come,
Oh,
right?
my.
And they even wanted to come and help and do, you know, and you know, they're really well conducted. You know, if everybody would just have to see it, you know, to believe it, you know, because you might hear a lot what's going on, you know, about, you know, they act or what, you know, but look where they at.
Yeah.
They in the streets. They in the streets.
Yeah,
How could
yeah,
you
yeah.
see how they, you know, misbehavior if you're not living that scene, you know? So, you know, that's why it touches me so much, you know, because I was there, you know, and it's a horror. It's a horror. It's a
Yeah,
horror.
yeah.
Do you have counselors on site during this event
See,
in case
we
people would
working-
like a
right.
job?
See,
or
this is what we're
anything to help?
working on for the future. So, you know, I'm glad that.
What we did, we had,
Right.
you know, we told anybody that, because we wear these red T-shirts.
Yes.
Says Mr. George's Ministry. We tell anybody that's there if they would like, you know, if they need some prayer or they need some, you know, want us to
That's-
pray for them, to come to anybody in a red shirt, and either we will pray for you or we will get you to somebody that can help you. So, yes.
You know, we
did
have
that, too.
we have people in our crew that they are gifted on that.
Yes.
And that they pastors and ministers, and you know, and this is a family of church, you know. So we have people in those places that if they need the services, that we could at least lead them to something
Yep.
for a start, you know. So you know, we're hoping that we'll grow. You know, we have this church, you know. What was with Pedro?
Yeah, Dr. Pedro, let me see here.
Horta, I'm looking at it.
Orta, Dr.
Horta.
Pedro Orta,
Orta,
yeah.
yes.
We met with his Bible study
Bible
group,
group.
and they are going to help us during this next function.
Which is a week from Saturday.
Which is a week
Yes.
from Saturday,
Okay.
exactly, where we're anticipating feeding about 125 to 130.
Wow.
So we're getting a little bit larger
Yeah.
as we go, and Pasta Fair has been absolutely wonderful in helping us, so we want to mention them also.
Nice,
We're going to do chicken again, but we're also going to do ham. Spirits of Flame is our sponsor,
Yes, amen.
which she is going to help as far as to get the ham so that we can give ham out also.
Do you need any tuna noodle salad?
Have you got lots of that?
Larry makes the best.
Oh, is that right? There you go.
Every play helps.
That's right.
It's feeding somebody.
That's
Believe me.
right.
Remember,
That's
we gotta see it.
exactly
No matter
right.
what it is, we're feeding
right.
somebody.
Yes.
You know, we just trying to fill a stomach.
So
for
the
that day.
food comes from
The food is coming from, from Pasta Fair is helping
Pasta
us.
Fair, okay.
And we're going to go to Heavenly Ham to see about the hams, but Spirits of Flame is helping us with the monetary donations to do that. And then we went to Cheney Brothers and got some stuff from Cheney Brothers also. So it worked out very well
Yes,
for the last time. It
yes.
was very well organized, and it went over very well. And then this time, we also have, we also want to mention that we are in need of all kinds of things. Like we can, you know, if you want to bring to the nursery, or we have another drop-off location where you can bring non-perishable foods, bring clothing, sleeping bags, backpacks, a lot of different things that we can use that we can give out, you know.
We live in Florida, but there will be some cold days coming up.
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming up this weekend,
This
I hear.
weekend, I believe.
Yes.
They're talking about 30.
Yes.
So
For
Yeah.
the parade, yeah.
Yes,
It's going to be
yes,
cold out there.
yes,
Are you guys in the
exactly.
parade?
No.
No?
Well, I don't know. We're going to try to go to the parade. I don't know. Not,
Well, we'll
not
wave
in
at
the
you.
parade, but
We'll
we'll
wave at you.
we'll look for you. We're going to
gonna
sit
be-
with y'all. We're going to sit with y'all.
Sit with us. We're going to be at Lifestyle.
Are you really?
Yeah, they got red shirts too, by the way.
There you go. We'll fit right in. But also want to mention that and since we was on the air the last time, we did receive 2 packages. We got 1 package from Hawaii
Wow.
that came to us with some stuff in it, and also another package came
From
from
Mexico.
Mexico.
Wow.
So
Nice.
so not just locally.
So, you
We're
know.
getting help, you know, in other areas also.
So, you know, I'm glad that it's reaching out, you know, not only
Yes.
in Ocala, but, you know, that is touching other people
Yeah.
in other places, you know.
You know, and I mentioned Spirits of Flame, which Spirits of Flame is a 501c3 tax exempt corporation. So if anybody does make donations, they can get a tax exempt form for their taxes also. Just like you do at church, you know, you get the forms and you can take that stuff off on your taxes for donations. So we offer that also.
And you talk about the hygiene items. This
Yes.
is for children and adults.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
Yes, which we've gotten
we got
baby
Pampers,
wipes.
we got
Pampers
baby
and
wipes. You
and
know,
stuff
everybody's
also.
donating
Yeah.
just about everything because it's
Yeah.
not only for the homeless. You know,
Yes.
we're talking about helping families
Yes.
that's in need,
Yep.
that really is in need. You know,
Yeah.
because it's sad if you're going to play it off and come just to get what you want to get because and because we're living in a world that way.
Yeah.
It's sad, but
Sad.
we got to come to reality and
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
and help people in need if we can.
It's impossible for you to go back in time and talk to yourself when you were in that place.
Yes.
But now you get to talk to people who are in the same place you
Yes.
used to be.
Yes.
Right.
What
Yes.
kind of things do you tell them?
Oh, when I run into them, I tell them, look, I know you know me and you know what I was and what I've done. So if it's maybe you could see that maybe there's a little God in me that it could probably touch others and help and see that there's this faith and hope that it could, you could turn around,
Right.
but you got to make that step because God would pick you back up, but you got to stand tall. You cannot just lean or whatever and say, it's just the way I want it because we ain't nothing without him because he makes the decisions because he created us and we should be walking in his following,
Sure.
So it should be that you should always think it's not, really it's you that you got to do the move, you got to
Right.
make that first step, you got to have that willpower to do it
Right.
because if it helped me and if showing and then you seeing it that it's helping me in a way, that I'm giving back to help.
Right.
God is giving me the blessing and all that too.
Absolutely. I don't know if, again, this is another story I may have
Yes.
told you or may not. There was a lady who died, and she was like the richest lady in the world. And I said to Rob, and I may have said it on the air, how is it possible? And I'm not saying she never gave. She might have been a philanthropist for all I know. But I'm just thinking, how if I died with $50 billion, whatever she had, that's a lot of money. How could I ever walk past a homeless person and not help them out? And I don't mean with $1 or $2, but I mean with a
Right.
substantial help. How could I do that? How could I ever walk past anybody like that? And so, what do you say to us? Because I'm never going to be a $50 billion heir.
Nice.
I don't think. Am I, Robin?
I hope so.
I think Robin might know.
But
She knows everything.
You don't have to give a lot. You can give a little.
That's
right.
what I'm getting
it's
at.
the blessings that you get from
Right, in
giving
return,
to
yes.
others. It's amazing what you get back when you give.
Yes.
You don't realize it. It's just amazing because we do it all the time at the nursery. We help so many people and do so much, and the blessings we get from it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will be skeptical because you see people on the side of the road asking for money,
But
and
you don't have
really
to give them
don't
money. You can do
Right,
other things
right.
for them.
Just like yesterday, my roommate, he went to the store and he saw this homeless guy holding a sign. He was hungry, so he had a box of chicken.
Yep.
So he didn't even think twice because he's got the same heart. He went and told him, listen, I don't have money to give you, but you said
Right.
you got a sign that you're hungry, so here, take some of this chicken.
Yep.
And he touched me for that, and it was like, wow, at least, we're living in the same house, in the same roof,
Yep.
that we feeling the same
Yep.
love,
When he got home, did you say, "Where's the chicken"?
you know what was so good? That he saved me at least 2 pieces, and I ate 2 pieces. Because I was hungry too now. No,
Where's the chicken? Oh, I gave it to a homeless guy. Oh, come on! You ate the whole thing. I know you.
so,
And like you said, Laurie, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Plant Nursery does this all year long. It's not just the holidays, and that's what is the most blessing to our community because sometimes people forget you
Yes.
need to do it all year.
Yes, exactly. Not just a holiday season.
Right.
And that's what we're
so
planning
that's
on.
what we're planning on. We're
Yeah.
hoping to grow, and we already
Once a month.
discussed it and talked about it, and I'm saying that we want to do this once a month,
Right.
hopefully for every third Saturday of the month, and that's what we're striving
Is that
for.
right? Wow.
So right now we're working on all this areas that we got to really have it for it could happen. So we're trying to get
How did
ourselves
we
a
get
place.
so lucky to have you guys as partners?
Yeah.
We're
That's
working
awesome.
on a place now to get a permit for we could be definitely put on, and it'd be that.
Oh, you need a permit to do
a
this?
permit. Yeah,
In,
well,
in,
that's
in
what
some
it-
areas,
in some
you do.
areas.
Yeah, where you want to do it at.
So we want to keep it in the area walking distance for them because the further you go, they ain't gonna come. So it's
Sure.
just
How are they
everything
gonna
you've
show
seen. So we're working on this area that hopefully that it'll come. I know the Lord will make it happen.
Does the homeless population in Ocala increase in the winter? Like, do people come down
Yes,
from
you
up north?
won't, because you have a lot of people that come from all over places passing through, so,
Yeah.
so.
I would. If I was homeless
experience
in-
living in the Salvation Army, we used to have so many people that used to just come through.
I'd figure out a way to get
Forest,
down here if I was
everywhere,
up
you know.
north. I would never go back if I was homeless.
Yeah,
I'd live here.
that's right.
Yeah, but when you talk to them, some of them aren't happy being transient, that they want to establish themselves
Right.
in community,
Right.
and you can help them with that.
Right,
Yes.
Because, I know a lot of sources,
Yes.
that could help me, that help me.
Yeah.
So, I could highly recommend them to a lot of sources, that help me, really, really help me. And
they
that's
help
why I
with-
give them the love and the honor, because, like I said, people, you got to show them, too, that you're willing to want to do this,
When did you guys decide on the name Mr. George's Ministry? I love that name. Is that long ago? Is it relatively recent?
Relatively
Yeah,
recent.
Yeah.
The one in the back.
Yeah.
The one in the back came
Oh,
up
you
with
did
that.
it,
Bob Wine.
He came up with that, yes,
up with
yes.
I like
Yeah.
that name.
I love the logo, too.
Yes.
The
And
the
logo is
logo.
marvelous.
Yeah, pay it
Pay
forward.
forward,
Yeah.
yes.
And so one more thing that I want to mention too. You all know Kathleen Noose.
Yes.
Okay. She is a chronic pain therapist, and she has donated 3 massage sessions for the first 3 people to receive, and regular price for them are $60, and she's doing them for $40. And she will help relieve muscle stress, and she addresses muscle injuries with various therapeutic techniques. So
So
she has offered
that's for the
that
rest of us, or that's for the homeless people?
No, that's for somebody to purchase, and then she will come and
Oh,
she
well,
will
then
do
you
the
give it-
massage, and then she's giving us the money that she gets from it.
Oh, my gosh.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Contact you to get that?
Yes, you can
Okay.
contact us for it. So, which is 352-629-5766 at Bob Wine's Community Gardens.
And the same here, we are trying to, in the future, because I know we talked about it, and we're trying to get this established too, that it's not only going to be food and clothing
Right.
and hygiene and all that. We're trying to see if we could have somebody to
Help with
have
hair
a barber,
cutting?
a barber to cut
Oh,
them,
okay.
clean them up a little bit, and, do a facial or whatever. I just got to talk to some people that I know, and that if they're willing to do it, that's what I would like to.
So your New York just
Give 'em
came
to-
out in you, the bobber. I had to think, what is a bobber? If you didn't point to your head, I would have been lost.
Yes, and look at me.
Yeah, you need a bobber. I need a bobber right now. Is there anything about like employment opportunities that we could help out with? We just had Career Source a little while ago. Is there anything do the people who are homeless right now, what's on their wish list? Is it to get a job? Is it?
To what I experienced, there's other resources, like I said, I could recommend them to that they do that because you have a church, that's Methodist Church, on Tuesday, that they preserve all that, that you could go and get, what you need, ID or whatever, to
Yeah.
pool. They got sources that I could recommend, so, that's right now, hopefully that we grow, that we could be one of those
My
sources.
first job was cleaning a church when I was a kid.
Was it really?
Yeah, washing the blackboards. Do you remember the eraser cleaners? Are you guys old enough to remember that? Bob remembers them. It was all amazing.
Oh, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, blackboard erasers.
Yeah.
Chalk.
Oh, yes,
Never
yes,
mind.
yes,
You're too
yes.
young, Laurie. You don't know.
So this event's going to be a week from this Saturday
Yes.
in the Marion County Courthouse
Yes.
parking lot, but it's
Yes.
not in the
In the
parking
parking
garage.
Right, no, it's not in the
It's on
garage.
2nd and 3rd.
Right. Yeah, it's right on the corner of 2nd and 3rd, so. And we'll be doing it from 10:30 in the morning until 12 o'clock. And, we even had people that came in cars.
Yes.
It wasn't just,
Oh.
people that were walking.
They're sleeping in
So-
their cars? That's where they live in their
Yes,
cars?
exactly,
Oh, wow.
yes. So,
And do you need more volunteers?
yeah, we can always use more
We can always
volunteers.
use, because
Yeah,
like I
we can
said,
always use
even
volunteers.
if you say you think you ain't got nothing to do, you're
Yes.
there for a purpose.
Exactly.
You could at least help pray for
Yes.
them, help talk to them, show them love, because, that's just what it's all
But
about.
that's what I guess, how do you feed their spirit? How do you, feeding them food is a wonderful thing,
Yeah.
but how do you give them that motivation that they need? or
You
whatever?
should see the faces they put when they receive the food.
Yeah,
You know,
yes,
you want to cry. You know, so you show them that you
I don't
give them the
even- I wanna
emotion
try
and love.
listening to you.
You know, you
Yes.
show them that love and emotion. Sometimes they need that hug. You know, because like I said, you know, it's all the little things to do.
Yeah.
It's not the things that you
Yeah.
want to show and say that, oh, I did this. No, you didn't do this. God did this.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Laurie mentioned what the ladies are doing today.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that. We've got volunteers coming to the nursery today. We've got 4 ladies that are coming to the nursery today.
really?
And we are setting up some tables and just kind of going through the clothes and stuff that we have and kind of getting it organized for Saturday so that
tell
we'll
them-
have, what's that?
I was going to say, how can we help? Us and the listeners, you need clothing, you
We
need
need
food.
clothing for sure.
It sounds
and,
like you got food
know,
all taken care of.
Yeah, food is pretty much taken care of, yes.
But hygiene products,
But the-
any hygiene
and the
products we
clothes,
can
that's
use,
gonna be like,
clothing,
you know, a warehouse type of deal
and
because-
backpacks and
Yeah.
sleeping bags. But clothing, just because we're getting into the colder weather,
Mm-hmm.
and think about, you know, jackets, sweaters, long sleeve
Socks,
shirts, socks,
hood,
stuff you don't even think about. Socks, You don't even think
sweatshirts.
about socks, you know.
No,
Yeah,
no, you
sweatshirts,
certainly
know,
don't.
all that
Socks
kind of
and
stuff.
underwear. I mean,
Right.
those are
Is-
two things.
Even
and
long johns, you know,
long
those
johns,
little
yeah.
things because it does get cold out here in Marion County now.
Yep.
Do you remember the name Patrick Hadley? Does that name ring a bell? A local community leader. We haven't heard from him in a
from
while.
Mad Dads.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he had a sleeping bag drive one time, and he had them in a warehouse or something, and somebody came and stole them all.
Wow.
And so we had the news story, and we told about it, and he ended up with like 3 times as many
Wow.
sleeping bags because the
The
community
community helped, yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yes.
yes.
So I can't imagine being out there without something to stay warm as we get
Yes.
into the colder
Yes.
For
days.
sure.
Yeah.
And if people have trouble, some of the people, they are trying, they're struggling, they have a rent and they take public transportation or walk. But if they're having problems meeting that kind of a need, do you have any person from the finance industry that you can recommend to them when they come on Saturday to give them a heads up?
Do we have that?
Do we have that?
We don't have it. We don't have
No.
anything like that right now. Yeah, we sure
But
don't.
we're working, like I said, I'm trying to see if we could be a helpful. Well, from what I've experienced being homeless, for all the help that I got in all areas, that's what I was striving to see if I could be in that type of same source. That I could be a help, that I could at least guide them or help them if we do have it, you know. So
Right.
we're hoping that the people are there listening and hopefully that they'll touch.
George, what
they'll
was
be
the one
touched.
thing that was the bit of help you got that kind of launched you out of that whole situation?
Your personal
Well,
situation.
It's experience, you know, because
Was it something somebody said? Was it something somebody gave
because
you?
of the lifestyle that I lived in, you know, and being raised by 22. Remember when the story I told you?
Oh,
that,
I know.
You know,
But I mean,
raised by
what-
so
when you-
many families and all that, and then just to be by yourself, like I experienced from big family to nobody, it was like, wow. Like,
But did somebody say something to you that pulled you out of it? I'm trying to get. I'm trying to figure out the
get you
point
out of it,
where
yeah.
you got to your lowest point and you started coming back up. What happened at that bottom that got you to take the path back up?
I saw my daughters.
Oh, okay, and that was the
Yes,
motivating force.
I saw my daughters.
Yeah.
it.
They
That's
needed
it.
me, and for me to go the way I wanted to go, it should have been, and that's what keeps
Boy, I
me strong.
really pushed the button. I apologize for
You know,
that.
that's okay. But, you know, it's just an emotional moment
Sure,
that,
sure.
you know, I'll never forget. And I'll remember and keep it in my heart. Because my daughters and my grandkids is what's keeping me here. You know, showing them the love.
And you're
God
helping
helping
others.
me, and me
Sure.
trying to show them that there's help in need, and, you know, and that we could do things to make this a better world if we can. You know?
The hell you went through made you the angel you are.
Yeah.
If you hadn't have gone through that, you might not be the angel you are right now. So, Laurie, thank you for what you
Yes.
do. Mr. George, thank you for what you do.
Appreciate you
so
having
much.
us.
You're both a
It's
blessing
an
to
honor.
us all. Mr. Bob Wines, you are an amazing guy. You are all in the making the world more beautiful
Yes,
business.
thank you.
And everybody else, if you want to help out in any way as a volunteer, as somebody who can donate something, Laurie, give the number again.
Our phone number is 352-629-5766, or you can drop off at the Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, which is 2610 Southeast 38th Street in Ocala.
Okay, and we will continue to mention
Yes.
this throughout the week,
Appreciate it.
and we'll
What
share
we're
the video.
looking for is
Yes.
300 pair of socks.
300 pair of socks, he's saying, that's what we're looking for.
Oh, that's your goal, 300
goal,
pairs of
300 pairs of
socks.
That's 600 socks.
Okay, there you go. We'll try to help
I
with
got
that.
about 400
There you
behind my
go.
dryer, so
Once again, I want to thank my crew And I love you, all of y'all. Thank you
Love
so
too.
much.
Yes.
And let's get strong. Let's get strong.
That's
Yes.
right.
Let's
Awesome.
stay strong.
We'll be right back.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. A fourth wildfire started in Southern California. Evacuation orders now cover nearly 200,000 people.
So let's go. Drop that garden hose and go. Before you get burned, let's go. Drop the garden hose and go.
A fire commander says it's possible that hundreds of homes have already been destroyed. There are protests planned in the Middle East over President Trump's plan to recognize the disputed city of Jerusalem as Israel's capital.
Palestinian Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah saying this destroys the peace process. Jordan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, France and Britain among countries expressing concerns, warning of a potentially angry reaction in the Middle East. The Pope calling Jerusalem a unique city
Va ora a Gerusalemme.
and saying the status quo should be preserved.
Fox's Simon Owen. President Trump speaks at 1 p.m. Eastern. Fox News. We report, you decide.
In this tight labor market, finding new employees can be tough. Whether you're the business owner or an HR professional, you want access to highly qualified candidates fast. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, no matter the industry, with Indeed you get immediate access to a high